Welcome, everyone. Mondays with Mike starts now. We'll let a couple people get on here first and see who pops in and get some stuff going. What's going on, Addie? Big announcement today. We're in another location. We're not in North Carolina right now. And yeah, wanted to bring Mondays to Mike with you. We're actually out of town for 4th of July. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And we'll let a couple more people get in here. Yep. Just checking sounds. Yep. Cool. So yeah, we'll let some people get in the group here. And have another good Mondays with Mike, another location here in the States. We're up in Northern Virginia right now and doing some work stuff and also up here for 4th of July with family. So it's going to be a little different today. I got to kind of look down at my screen for the comments, but if you guys are new in here, leave a comment in the comment area. We can go ahead and talk about Honda parts. If you've got an order outstanding, where it is, some new stuff that's been released. We have a big announcement today too on the channel. Going to wait for a couple more people to get in here before I tell you guys about the big announcement. Actually, I mean, most of you guys that come into the channel every week will probably know somewhat of what we're going to talk about. But yeah, I think the biggest news for us, I got the email today from YouTube that we have officially started the process of finally being paid by YouTube after all these years. So yeah, huge day for us. Finally get to monetize the channel, and which is fun for us. And I think it gets it more out there to the community so more people can understand some solid information about, you know, current Honda parts and what's available and all the top things to go with. Yeah, well, on the HN Turbo Kit, I mean, it kind of varies. There's, you know, people use two different types. It's not really going to make that big of a difference. So yeah, I mean, either one you're going to be good going with. I think it's Sidewinder ones kind of, they just have a little bit more room to work on. Especially on the HN because you have the cow hood. But yeah, a lot of people like them too for show. So cool. Congrats, man. Yep. Perfect time for summer. Get the intercooler installed. It's one of the best mods you can do. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to install an intercooler because you don't really notice anything sounds wise like an intake or an exhaust, but it's going to be a lot more consistent performance for you. And yeah, it's a great mod. But yeah, go everything that's in stock right now. The only thing I'm really out of stock is the Type R inlet pipes, and I've got everything else: intakes, inlets, exhaust systems, suspension. Acuity came out with a new shift kit that involves the stock shifter for the 11th gen Integra Type R and Type S guys. So if you're looking to make that a lot crisper, a little bit notchier, firmer side to side, shorter throws, that's the kit to get. We sell all the pieces in one bundle, or we sell them individual because some people already have like the cable bushings and base bushings. So they only need the three parts: the spring, the short shift, and the rocker assembly. But yeah, those are on our website, free shipping, as long as it's over $250 you spend. I do have big sales right now on hybrid racing shifters and hybrid parts. So if you're looking to save some money on hybrid stuff, the shifters, I've already changed the price online. if you're looking for one of their other things, I can just give you a discount code for it. But yeah, decent money off of those. Like I said, the price has already changed online. So if you need a shifter, we've got them in stock. No waits on those. They ship out next day always. What's up, Andy? I'm a little bit closer to you. I think from right here, about 4.5 hours. So, yep. Actually, in my father-in-law's office here. So doing the little feed from the pretty cool office. So a nice different change of pace from the home office in North Carolina. So yeah, so the big news today was we finally got monetized by YouTube. So I have to go through the process of them accepting it or whatever. They look at the channel, but we've pretty much met all our numbers now. So it's only up from here, guys. So, slowly approaching 9,000 subscribers. So yes, the 10th gen PRL coolant thing released. I just shipped yours today, buddy. So I think I just sent tracking over like 10 minutes ago. So you should have tracking and it should be there within a couple days. So yeah, let me know how you like the fitment and how it works out for you, Chad. Thanks for the order. Always another long-time customer. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Welcome in. I keep seeing new faces every week joining the chat, which is super cool. I love having everyone come in and get involved in the chat once a week, which is super cool. So yeah, just up here in Virginia, enjoying a little bit of stuff, just doing some work, and then going to be enjoying the 4th of July holiday here. And if you guys want to leave comments of what you guys are doing for 4th of July, that'd be cool. We're probably going out on a boat somewhere on the Potomac, I think. I have no idea, but we'll be in DC area for 4th of July with my wife's parents. So yeah, doing that, hopefully see some cool fireworks and hopefully getting a lot of orders through 4th of July. This month usually is like kind of one of the down months for us. So hopefully this year we put some stuff in place and hopefully we can get some really good orders in and keep getting all you guys modified so you can hit the tracks this summer. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's nothing like spending time with family. My wife and I are just by ourselves in North Carolina. So her family's up here and then mine is in California and Arizona. So yeah, it's kind of nice to get away for a few days and enjoy some family time. But yeah, if you guys have questions on parts, shoot it in the comments. Anything you want to talk about. That's why we're in here. Get some good information. And obviously get a lot of YouTube viewing hours, which always helps. But yeah, trying to grow the channel every Monday. We're here at 8 o'clock East Coast. And just come in here to give out information so you guys get some better knowledge than on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, Florida is definitely going to be hot. I'll be down there I will be in Miami in 4 weeks. So hopefully no hurricane action because we're going to Key West. So I will be in Florida. Well, we're going down there for a few days for my wife's birthday. So going to be enjoying the humidity and probably 90-degree temps, I would assume. But yeah, first time to Key West, so I'm super excited. Downpipe, so it's like 3-inch around, and you're going to want to cover at least like 2 feet. So you can do the math off that. I usually do a good 100 feet is probably going to be enough. I like to do it also a little bit on the front pipe also. So, I mean, it definitely does help, and you got all those hot things running right underneath the car and that, and so I actually found some old 8mm tapes from way back in the day. So I'm going to be having those converted to digital, and you might see some of the videos pop up on YouTube. So they're some street racing way back in the day. Gosh, how long ago is that? Maybe 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And some drag racing videos, some stuff from way back in the day, like Battle of the Imports at Palmdale. I've got a lot of stuff back then when the all-motor Hondas were still in the low 13s. So, yeah, just stuff so we can post it out there and show you guys. We've been in the industry for a very long time. I'm not one of these new guys that's just kind of strung along and I had one Honda and decided to start a company. We've been, around the stuff for a long time, and actually know a lot of the drag racers that have been in the industry for a very long time. So hopefully I can have some cool footage for you guys. It's cool to see. All right, let me get through some of these real quick. Yeah, the temps right now are beautiful. I don't know. I mean, guys, if you've never been to Arizona before and you live through a whole summer in Arizona and Phoenix, I know it does get hot here, but nothing's like Arizona. And I know it's dry heat, which does help, but when those days are 110 still at 6 o'clock at night, it's pretty brutal. I mean, the fact is here you can at least enjoy the mornings and at least the evenings, but in Arizona in the summer, from pretty much the end of May till end of September, you don't go much outside. And if you do, it ain't for long. Titanium wrap. I just have the lava stuff from PTP on ours, and then they have the black one. I used to do the DEI stuff. I don't even know where I buy that from now. I haven't sold DEI stuff for years, so I kind of just took it off the site. But yeah, we do the PTP stuff, and that's the company that I recommend. So yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, I've always wrapped a lot of my projects, especially with daily driving in that. Definitely the heat stuff helps a lot. I really got into wrapping stuff when I had a Subaru because the placement of the turbo and everything on a Subaru motor is it's really awkward with heat control. So, you would have one side of the motor was just super hot from the turbo and the other side would actually stay very cool. I have to look over it again. Sorry, man. I got the email and I remember I looked at it and then I tried to find it the next day and it was gone. The problem with a lot of people will email us sometimes at night or odd hours. I can have over 200, 300, 400 emails by the next morning by the time I wake up when we get in the office. So sometimes it's hard to find some of these emails. So if you want to shoot them again, you can. I mean, I think once you've got mainly bolt-ons, the only thing is either go turbo supercharger or just start building the motor. Oh, cool. Yeah, DEI are under the umbrella of Holley and all that Holley umbrella, basically DEI, Nitrous, or NOS, and a bunch of other companies, Edelbrock, and a bunch of them. Yeah, if you guys have anything else going on for the 4th, just post it up in the comments. I'd love to hear what everyone's kind of doing for the holidays. I know we keep getting a lot of emails or people asking if we're doing sales. I think the best thing to do, a lot of companies aren't actually doing sales and a lot of them don't. But if you're looking for something, we can always bundle parts together, which technically gives us the advantage of being able to then do a discount. So if you order 2 different types of parts, then we can do discounts. So that's the best way around, kind of like the loophole with most companies. So yeah, like I said, always reach out to me, Facebook, Instagram, shoot me an email if you need a discount. We're always willing to work with people. Some people expect really big discounts, like, when we, cover a lot of the things and you have credit card fees and that, it's hard to do, super high discounts. I've got to make a living too. So, but we'll always see what we can do for any of our customers. So, I mean, especially on the smaller orders, like 50, 60, $70, it's very hard to give a discount when we, we just have a flat rate shipping fee that we charge, which is $10 under $250. And then it's free beyond that. And even at the $10, I usually lose money because most shipping now on most parts, even my flat fee from most companies, or even from me going to the post office, is like $12 to $20. So, yeah. But, always reach out. I'm always here to help. Our 11th Gen Civic is actually at fabrication now. So hopefully I'll have pictures within the next month to tease you guys with some stuff and show you kind of what we're working on with that car. And, I think a lot of people think the car is going to be running by the end of the summer, which, I mean, it could be if I really wanted to, but I'm taking my time with it and getting it done properly. And I think you guys will really like what we have in store. If you guys want to go check out Andy Klein's Accord, he just put on a custom turbo kit with custom inlet pipe, and he's getting close to going back to the track and hopefully set some world records for the 10th Gen Accord guys. So go follow his channel. He's on here in the comments. You'll see him. Super cool dude. He's probably been a customer with me since 2012, 2013 with his 9th Gen Civic. And yeah. And also Mark's channel, of course. The Integra Type S Performance, Mark Outram. Had a 10th Gen Accord for a long time, was a long time customer from us. And when he got his Type S, he was like, look, I know where I'm shopping. So thank you, Mark. The FL5 clutches are just going to be any from the FK8. So any of those work. Same flywheel, same everything. Oh, damn, dude. 4 years. Yeah, I don't care what people say about the L15 motor. If you get it tuned properly and you do the maintenance on them, you don't have to worry about them. They really get a bad rap from people that have either, one, intentionally blown them or just run really bad products on the car and don't really give the whole advice as to what really is going on when they modify these things. So awesome. I think we need to see more people out there actually, putting positive information about the L15 out there, because it's not that bad of an engine. So the 10th Gen Accord downpipes, it should be another like 3-4 weeks. So they're in production right now. So that's all I can really say. That one just has to be final test fitted on Type R that we have. And then driven for like 500 miles or so just to make sure there's no rattles, but it's perfectly fine. So basically when we did the thing, it was a pre-order. I think it says it online, but yeah, this is going to be the first batch. I think they're almost sold out. So if you've ordered, then you're going to get one. And if you haven't, I think I have like 2 left that's being made. And once those sell out, they're done for another 3 months probably. The reason we do these in small batches, one, they're all made in the USA. They're not made in China. We don't do cast anything. Everything's hand welded, hand cut. And they're just done in small batches. So, a lot of companies have, tons and tons of money to do big rollouts. They actually do a ton of stuff. We don't. So we're still growing our in-house production. And this is the first launch of the 2-liter one. So it'll be really interesting. I worry when people start getting wind of these downpipes, especially the Type R guys, the amount of orders that are going to go through the roof. But we're going to be ready. So it's going to be an interesting time. And I think especially the Type R, Type S guys are going to just eat these up when they see the finished thing in their hands and be like, wow, this is amazing. Because on those cars, when you're running big turbos, a catless downpipe is going to give you 15 to 30 wheel horsepower over these catted ones. And I know they say high flow, but they are still restrictive, and you're still losing horsepower with a catted downpipe at the track. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to want to be the fastest out there, you got to go with the best downpipes. So I can tell you right now, the two-step downpipes that we sell on our website, the high flow ones, I have orders from December that have still not shipped yet. So, yeah, it's a long wait. Their two steps are due to ship, I think, sometime in August, maybe. And that's a maybe. Hopefully they do. We'll see. But yeah, ours should be in there. I know they're working on them right now. So yeah. RV6 365 red on pump. You're probably going to only make about 280. I think around there. Yeah. I had a customer that actually dynoed his, and I think he was right around like 280 wheel and like 290 torque. But that's also whoever tuned the car. So I don't know what their conversation was when they were tuning, whether he wanted to keep it a little safer on the tune. But, 93, you're only going to get so much out of it. But it also depends on what car it's on. Sorry. I'm assuming it's on a L15. Yeah, I don't understand, man. The other thing is there's certain people are, good buddies with other people in other companies. And I think certain things are said to, so other people will get sales. That's all I'll say. So I don't know. You and I have talked quite often, Andy. So yeah, I mean the L15, you're just going to want to keep that. I mean, look, we made on the stock turbo, you can make about 340 torque safely on these L15s. Keeping it down around 300, 310. It's also how fast that torque ramps up. The stock turbo it spools super fast and the torque is just instant. So with these larger turbos, it actually comes on a little bit more gradual, which is a little bit better for the engine in longevity wise. Because the stock ones on E30, they just are like, bam, instant torque. So, oh man, copy and paste tunes. Yeah, well, people got to make money, I guess. I don't know. I'm always going to be, favorable of custom tunes. I don't care what anyone says. I think a lot of people have bought into the little monopoly of these free tunes as a sales pitch. And I understand they make a little bit better torque and a little bit more horsepower, but I think a custom tune is the way to go, hands down. It's just a easy selling aspect to sell K-tuners when you give away free stuff with them, So we're just up here in Virginia having a good Mondays with Mike. I wanted to mention again, we finally hit our goal of hitting the hours with YouTube. So thank you to all of you guys who have tuned in every week, or the new ones that are tuning in, the people that have gone through our videos and watched them and liked them and thumbs up, because the thumbs up are very important actually, because it tells YouTube that the channel's actually being watched, it's being appreciated, and it's being shared. So I really appreciate you guys. And, I don't put in a lot of work like some other companies do with their video editing and stuff like that. I don't have a company that does everything for me. I do it all myself. So I just kind of like to keep it raw, and everything's kind of live when I do these. I don't do a bunch of takes. It's just me basically rambling during my video and giving you the information from my head. So, I don't take any notes to go over things or anything like that. I really like live feed stuff and getting down and dirty with customers, straight up honesty. And, I think it helps. So, yeah, the L15 downpipes, honestly, those things, I honestly, personally, when I first saw that idea took 2.5 years for me to like finally come up with and have someone take it on and get it done. And when I saw the first downpipe actually in my hands, I was like, there's not really another downpipe out there that's any better than this. And I know it's from us, but I just truly think like, wow, this thing looks really good. And I think the design of having the catless and the catted is a really unique way. And I think that's kind of the thing with Axion is I wanted to kind of take things out of the norm and do something different than not just, grabbing someone else's design and just completely copying it, basically the same thing. So, the idea came with me, well, how can I get around, the government overreach in certain ways and monitoring these things, but still follow the rules, but still be able to offer something that racers can use that'll benefit them. And that's where I came up with this idea. And I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you to anyone that's posted us up or ordered one or pre-ordered one. You guys definitely have helped me a lot because you're helping getting the products done, which is amazing. I know this batch has taken a little bit longer. This one's not too bad, but they do take a little bit of time. No, you've got to run the whole PRL, sell that in a way so they can basically just, and I understand they don't want to have all these things where they have to sell separate kits to upgrade. They did it kind of with the 10th gen Civic. It would be nice with the short ram guys, but in the end, you would probably end up spending more money in the long run because, they're going to want to make even more money. Thing is, if you're not happy with your short ram, just invest in a front mount intercooler first and see how you like it, because you're not going to see huge gains once you get an aftermarket intercooler, because that's doing all the cooling for you. Of course, it helps, with the hot air. If it comes in 10, 15 degrees cooler, it's going to cool down quicker in the intercooler. But at the same time, I mean, the air getting cooled in your intercooler is going to be no lower than the air outside. So, yeah. So, I mean, I've ran short rams on tons and tons of cars, no issues whatsoever. But you do have to have the other right parts to make it work properly. So, but yeah, I would definitely try and look into an intercooler. I mean, especially when you go into the summer with these short rams, if you're on a stock intercooler, it's going to get really slow. And you're going to notice probably a drop in about 20 wheel horsepower, 30 wheel horsepower, I would say, because timing is going to get taken out. It's not going to be as advanced. The heat just kills it. The air is less dense. So yeah, I love that coating stuff. We're still waiting on that release date. I haven't heard anything about those catch cans. Unfortunately, PRL are not the best at getting information out to us, so we kind of have to guess on a lot of stuff they're doing sometimes. And I ended up putting those on our website months and months ago because they had them on their website, and then all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, they took them off the website. So I know they're still kind of doing it because on our back end now, we can still see them in their system, but I haven't heard anything about them. Yeah, the heat soak in Florida is brutal. I mean, especially with humidity too. I mean, that's the thing cars don't like is humidity, altitude, and, high temps. So, oh, cool. Nice, Andy. Yeah, that'll probably help. I mean, that's why when you see, I mean, I get our 11th gen is going to be, really different from what we're doing. But anytime you can cut down on piping from the turbo to the throttle body, it helps tremendously. So yeah, that'd be cool to see what you come up with. So yeah, I see we have quite a lot of people in here. Make sure to comment, guys, if you're in here watching. Just even say hello, something. I love seeing the new faces pop up of who's actually in here watching. And yeah, get involved in the chat if you can. We're usually on here for about 45 minutes. If it's going really good, I'll stay on for an hour. It's been a long day. Mondays are always the craziest day for us, and to work from basically 7 in the morning to about 9:30 at night is a long day. So, but yeah, the more people that get involved in here, the longer I stay on, and obviously it helps our channel out too. So, I'm noticing there's almost 20 people in here right now. So, thank you guys. If you have questions, just shoot them in the comments, and I'd love to answer them. Or some of the other people in the group, if they have experience, you guys can answer. Most of the people in here have good information about modifying cars. So, yeah. What's up, Caesar? What part of California you in? PLM, downpipe and front pipe. I mean, it's Chinese made. It's actually decent. Some of their stuff has misfitment issues off and on. Right now, it's actually out of stock for another couple weeks. It's on back order, like tons of the downpipes are from every company. But it's for the money. Still going to make you power. Oh, cool! I actually grew up in Los Angeles, so that's where part of my childhood was from. So, and that's where most of my Honda influence came from. So, shout out to the West Coast peeps. Yep, now an East Coaster. So, which I actually I prefer a lot, especially when it comes to working. I love being able to be up. I think the one thing I hated about being on the West Coast was, we would get up around 7. On the East Coast, that's already 10 in the morning. So you're like kind of behind everyone else selling stuff. And so it's kind of nice to be on the East Coast as far as business goes. But yeah, the PLM stuff's decent. I don't agree with some of their product. They got a really bad rap because they've really copied a lot of companies' ideas 100%. They have been doing a lot more of their own stuff that they've physically designed and came out with. So I totally have props for that. It's just some of the other parts that they completely ripped off. It's just, it kind of sucks for some of the companies that, have had their stuff made in the US and then had a company basically rip it off and have it made in China and completely copy it. And then, undercut them by 30-40% in cost, But yeah, I mean, we sell PLM basically. I didn't for the longest time. I had so many people wanting to buy it from me. And I thought, look, if I add the parts that they haven't ripped off from someone, I don't feel as bad. So that's why some things you won't see on our site, like the 10th gen Civic intercooler pipes, are not on our site because they basically copied those from PRL, and I'm not going to sell them. So don't really know a lot on the Yofer kits. It's one thing I don't really get into is the front lips. I mean, I could probably make a ton of money on it. I just don't get into it, to be honest. I do sell some APR stuff for the Type R, but mainly just carbon stuff if I do. And I even try to stay away from that because the legality of damage during shipping is really high. So, yep. So, yeah, go with what Andy's talking about. The DC cams are really nice, and they're actually having a July 4th sale, I believe. So, oh, cool. Oh, let me go check real quick. I see I have like 6 emails waiting. I got a couple orders here. Oh, cool. I don't know if that's you, Mark. Oh, there's yours. Sorry, that was someone else's. Oh, cool. Thank you, Mark. I had a couple other orders too. So yeah, we have another. I'm going to bring out the video tomorrow on the brand new PRL wing risers. They're actually a really nice piece. I got them in, weighed them, looked at everything. I've already started shipping those. We've got about 18 kits left in stock. And once they're sold out, it's supposedly going to be 12 to 16 weeks. So I like telling you guys these types of lead times with companies because a lot of people don't understand manufacturing in this industry. And I really am trying my hardest to get most of you guys are not kids in this chat room, but if anyone watches this later, trying to get people to understand like ordering times and what manufacturing actually takes. So hopefully, some of these people that are ordering will calm down a little bit when their order hasn't shipped in one day. So, oh, cool. Awesome, man. Well, perfect time for the summer to get the little blankets on. I don't even know what I'm grilling for the 4th of July. We're going to be on a boat on the Potomac somewhere down by, I don't even know. I don't know. My wife plans it all. It's with her dad. So we're going on the boat somewhere in DC and check out the fireworks. So that's the plan. I'll probably take pictures. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a fun time. I like getting out on boats. And yeah. Oh, another thing, we're going to be doing some work to the Passport finally. So you guys will see some mods to that coming, which has been a long time coming with that. So new wheel and tire setup on it and hopefully a lift kit down the road. I'm probably going to kind of do a lift kit and then do a whole custom powder coating thing. You guys know when we do things, I like to kind of add a little bit of show to it. I like things done properly. So yeah, that'll be a lot of material coming up. Another new part that came out this week for the Type R guys is a brand new full race high flow pressure pump, which is super cool. I actually am hoping to get one in my hands once I get back into the office this week after 4th of July, and I can actually review one, check it out in person, get some up close photos. So yeah, that's another thing that came out if you guys are looking for. Yeah, and obviously the shifter kits for the 11th gen Civic Integra Type S, Type R from Acuity, those are out. Yeah, I definitely, like the minute I saw that, Andy, I was like, oh man, that is a nice pump. I don't know what's up with Honda on this. I don't talk to Honda at all. They're very hard to get anything back from, which honestly was pretty much the reason why I really stuck to selling K-Tuner a long time ago, was because the customer support was just way better. Yeah. Oh, there's always sales with us. Not many companies doing stuff, but like I said, I can bundle stuff and we can definitely do some sales. So reach out to me at any of the places, email, Facebook, Instagram. We'll do 4th of July sales all week long, even all month. I don't even care. It just depends on the parts. Some stuff I can't, some stuff I can. So, but like I said, we're always trying to do, the best deals we can on here and get you guys your parts quick. So I like when people hit me up too, because then I can double check that we've got it. And that way you're not waiting. The Acuity, it's basically a shifter kit that goes with the OEM shifter. And it's the cable bushings, the base bushings, the rocker, which the rocker goes on the side. It's a side-to-side movement, so it firms up the side-to-side. You've got your short throw adapter that's underneath, which is going to shorten the throw. And then you've also got your spring that goes on the rocker assembly too on the side. So it's really much, it's like a stage 2 that's been out for the Accord and the 10th gen. If you're not wanting to buy their full shifter assembly, that's the way to go. But their shifter should be out in 2 months. They're finalizing the last testing on it on a couple cars, and then it will be out, I would say October. I haven't got word, but I think that'll be when it comes out. But yeah. So yeah, the Acuity stuff's nice, man. But there is sales on the hybrid shifters right now too on our website. I think like 400 shipped. So you can get in on one of those. You guys just shoot me an email or a message or whatever. So, like I said, if you have a couple parts you want to bundle together, we can definitely do codes to discount, which helps. And then we don't get in trouble from the manufacturer for giving a discount out, because we like to stick with MAP policies, which is always the good thing. So, yep. So yeah, so that's about it. Busy week, and hopefully July can be amazing with orders. I'm pretty much planning on it. This year has been every single month we've beat our sales by 30 to 40% over last year, which is unbelievable. My wife was the one that did our website. She designed it all, rewrote every single product description. So shout out to her if she's watching. And obviously changing website companies has helped a lot. We're getting out there on Google and search engines a lot better than the last crappy company that we did. If you guys ever are going to start a company, whether it's whatever it is, do not use BigCommerce. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, so yeah, I think the website's been a big help, and I've been really pushing a lot of stuff online and kind of changing some of the stuff we're doing. The YouTube's been growing. Our Instagram's almost at 14,000. When I look at some of our competition, they're still in the 2000s. I can't believe it, but yeah, this company continues to grow, which I'm very thankful for you guys. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Andy. Like, Acuity have talked to me for about 5 years about stuff coming out, and they're still not out. I don't talk about a lot of stuff because, I told Acuity I wouldn't mention what they were kind of working on. There's at least about 15 parts that I know that I heard about 3 years ago that are still not even out. So, yeah, the Accord shifter, honestly, in my opinion, would kind of be tough. And I can understand why they just kept the stage 2 kit and was like, I don't think we're going to do an aftermarket one. But yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, hopefully someone will hopefully Hasbro will finally get around to doing the mounts for the Accord. That'd be really cool for the side mounts. I think those would be massive, and I think a lot of people would buy them, to be quite honest. I think, a lot of people don't like to do these stage 2 kits because technically you're still with a stock shifter that's plastic. But the fitment and feel is really nice of the stage 2. For some reason, I love the metal shifter. It's really cool looking. So, I mean, for me, I'm more of I would just get the shifter. That's just me, though. I mean, we didn't even wait. I ended up fabricating to make the 10th gen Civic one work in our 11th gen. So, yeah, I wasn't going to wait around. When the shifter comes out from Acuity, I will be getting rid of the 10th gen out of the Civic, and then the actual 11th gen will go in the car. The only reason I wanted to do that is I like the mount that the factory one's on, and we had ours powder coated, and it looks really cool, and I think it'll look really cool with the Acuity one. But yeah, it was one thing we did a long, long time ago was put that 10th gen shifter in the car before a lot of other people. That was the main reason we bought the 11th gen Civic, was I wanted to test as many things from the 10th gen as possible before any other company was out there doing anything with them. So like I said, I mean, to this day, we still have the most heavily modified 11th gen Civic 1.5 out there. Nobody's done a PPG trans in theirs like us. We did a 2020 SI final drive. We did the SI limited slip. We did SI axles in our sport touring. First company to do the Hasbro mounts on the car. I was the first company to do some of the PRL stuff and test it. first K-tuner on 11th gen. Gave a lot of information back to K-tuner. So, yep, I'll probably do a post coming up this week, which is going to show a lot of the different Hondas and Acuras that I've personally owned over the last 30 years of owning Hondas. And you'll probably all laugh because pretty much all of them are white Hondas. But the reason I have a lot more knowledge over some other companies is because I've actually owned all of these cars. I've had a 92 Civic. I've had a 2006 RSX Type S. I've had a 10 Gen Accord. I've had a Fit with an L15 swap. I've had a Honda Insight. I've had a Honda Ridgeline, a Honda Passport, a Honda Pilot. I've had a first gen TSX. I've had a second gen TSX 6-speed. I've had a 9th gen Civic Si. So I've had almost every single car out there. I've had an Acura RDX. I've had the 10 Gen Accord. I've probably mentioned that before. Yeah, so I mean, we've done it with every type of Honda out there. So, but yeah. All right, let's get through some of these. I'm rambling too much. I want to give you guys time to answer a couple more questions before we get off here. I would chime in on the 8th gen stuff, but I know you and Andy are talking back and forth. Ooh, I would love a white FL5. I don't know. I think part of me really loves the FL5, and then I really like the DE5. I don't know if I had to choose between them. I don't know which one I would. It'd be a tough choice. I think because I already own a Sport Touring hatch, even though the Type R looks so much different, I think I would probably go with the Integra, to be quite honest. Yeah, I just think they look so sick, and it's a great car. And I think, honestly, in the end, the DE5 is going to be a lot rarer because they're not going to mass produce them like they have the FL5. I mean, I had someone the other day try to shred me online because I said the FL5 was a mass-produced car, or the FK8 was. And I said, look, you do not have a limited car when they've made over 45,000 of them. That is not a limited production car. Back in 98, 99, when they had, the DC5 Type R, those were limited production Type Rs. And that's why they are super expensive now. It's because they only made 5,000 of them. But yeah, I would probably choose a DE5. And I mean, for me, it would be a white one. I can't even think of, I would maybe get a red one. I'm not a big fan of red cars for some reason, but sometimes the Hondas just look so good in them. Yeah, I've seen a couple of DE5s. You know what I'm really seeing a lot lately of is the new Cybertrucks. And God, they are the ugliest thing ever. That has to be the most hideous piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I don't know what someone's ego is driving one of those things around, but man, you got problems if you got to buy one of those things, because I don't even think that thing does anything good. It can off-road. I've seen so many of them short circuit because they've gone through a puddle 6 inches deep. I don't know. Tesla's going under anyways, at least for their car division. They're in some serious trouble. Good mods for a hatchback 11th Gen 2.0. So first mod should be K-Tuner. Second mod, do the PRL intake, the HVI. Third mod, RV6 downpipe. That right there, that'll get you a good 20, 25 wheel horsepower over stock, which is a nice little bump. A downpipe's going to be around 10 wheel horsepower. K-Tuner probably about 7 to 10, and the intake, it'll open it up a little bit. It's not going to be huge gains, but at least you'll get a nice sound, a little bit more colder air coming in. You can also do the FunctionWorks 2.0 front pipe. And there is some exhaust systems that you can make work. The main reason the SI stuff doesn't work on like the 2-liter stuff is mainly due to the bumper design and actually the outlet of how the exhaust comes out, which you can modify yourself and cut up the bumper or, change to an SI bumper. So those are some things you can do on the car. But yeah. Oh, I'm sure you see a lot in LA. That's like the Tesla headquarters of America. Oh man, I honestly, I do not like those cars. I think they're so cheaply made. If I personally had to buy an electric car, it would hands down be a Rivian SUV. That's like the nicest one I've ever seen. But yeah, not a Tesla guy in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I mean, usually it's just the outlets. On like the Sport Touring, you have to take those ones out anyways. I have a video if you guys want to look on our videos here online. I installed the Remark and showed you guys what you have to take off on that car, but it's still similar on how it's going to fit on all the other ones. So, yeah, I mean, look, I like some electric cars for certain reasons. I think for small, city driving in that, I think they're a good thing. I think if you just stay inside the city, it's whatever. They're not practical for long distance journeys, any of that stuff. So, but to each their own. I mean, you can see the EV market now is completely falling, and a lot of car companies are stepping away from EV. I think hybrids are a much better option, as you're seeing with like the Civic getting almost 50 miles per gallon. So, the hydrogen stuff is going to be really interesting when they get that taken care of. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the electronic power is kind of fun with the torque. I don't know. I just don't think I could ever get into one. And my mind's pretty open to a lot of different things. I love combustion engines, man. So I love racing. I love hearing an engine. It's just how I am. Yeah, the Jetta, actually, I think this is the last of the 6-speed manuals. So going to be a lot harder to get going down the road. A lot of companies are ditching 6-speeds. I personally, so I've owned a Pilot, but I owned a 2nd-generation Pilot. I love the Passport. I love the look of it. I love how it sits up a little bit higher. It's not as heavy. I don't need a 3rd row because I don't have kids. I can lay everything flat, though, to get a bunch of parts in it. So I enjoy the Passport a lot. And there's a lot of guys doing some really crazy off-road stuff with them and actually beating a lot of Toyotas on the trails and Jeeps and everything. I mean, it's never going to fully compete with a Jeep, but the actual all-wheel drive system in these Hondas is actually fantastic. So, and you're seeing some more companies kind of coming out now with some better suspension stuff for the Honda stuff, which is good. And I'm slowly trying to get into that market more because I just think there's so many guys that spend money in that market and, with the off-roading stuff. And it's just, there's a lot of money to be made in that group. Yeah, we'll see on the hydro stuff. It just depends on, some of these companies have some really cool new designs coming out. So just depends. And it also depends on the infrastructure too. I mean, if nobody's going to have any places to get hydropower, then there's no point for it. So yeah, I kind of wish they were making the hybrid manuals too. We'll see. I mean, everything's kind of changing and, it'll be interesting to see. I'm really curious within the next 3 years where Honda takes everything. there's a lot of big changes coming from all the manufacturers. And I think this little shakeup of like the EV stuff now kind of dying off a little bit is definitely going to change a lot of car companies to kind of really rethink their directions. So we'll see. But yeah, that's why we all come in here every week, guys. Just talk about cars and Honda parts and whatever. So yeah, I think I'm going to get off. We'll be back next Monday though, for another Mondays with Mike. So make sure to thumbs up the video. Go watch some of our videos if you haven't. Tons of good content out there. And we got lots of stuff coming. 4th of July sales. Just hit me up. Like I said, if you need parts, always send me a message, and I'll see what I could do for you guys. And good night to you all. Have a safe 4th of July. And make sure to go watch the most amazing YouTube video ever that has ever been out. Back it up, Tear. Put it in reverse. You got to go check them out. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. So anyways, till next Monday at 8 o'clock. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in.